Here at 924 on Live Impact News, there's a new federal rule that takes effect June 17th, and one that could change air travel for millions of Americans living with mobility disabilities. This rule requires airlines to provide annual hands-on training to those employees who assist passengers with wheelchairs and scooters. So joining us this morning to talk about what this means are Tom Wheaton of Paralyzed Veterans of America and Maria Town of the American Association of People with Disabilities. Good morning, you two. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you for having us.
Tom, let me start with you. Paint a picture for us, and what does it feel like, or what does boarding a plane or departing a plane actually look like for someone with a mobility disability?
Yes, well, the boarding process requires a transfer from the wheelchair into a very skinny aisle chair. And if not careful, there's a risk of being dropped. And that's exactly what happened to a very close friend of mine, Marine Corps quadriplegic. He got dropped harshly by untrained handlers in that process. Unfortunately, he hit his tailbone so bad that he has no tailbone now through surgeries. He's endured months of bed rest, and for 7 years he has not fully recovered. And the independence that he enjoyed prior to that point got ripped away from him, and that's just inhumane.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible. Maria, we do know wheelchairs, the scooters, they're an extension, right, for many people. And like Tom just attested to, I mean, it can really do some damage when people aren't properly trained.
That's right. When airline staff aren't properly trained to handle mobility devices like scooters or wheelchairs, these essential devices get broken and people with disabilities are left stranded. Like I was a few months ago when an airline broke my mobility scooter. It took weeks to get my scooter repaired, and I got it back, but many people with disabilities aren't so lucky. Many folks have to wait months and months for the airlines to repair or replace their chairs. And these long waits have negative consequences on our health and on our lives. That was the case for Ingracia Figueroa, a disability advocate whose wheelchair was damaged during air travel. The airline did not provide Ingracia with a proper supportive replacement chair, and she spent weeks literally stuck in an ill-fitting chair, fighting with the airline to get her custom wheelchair replaced. Because she was stuck in that ill-fitting chair, she developed pressure sores and ultimately died.
Wow, these stories are just really driving home the visual of what it can be like and the nightmare. So it sounds like this is something that has been a long time coming. What was the advocacy process like, and why did it take so long?
Well, PVA in 2022 initiated a petition to DOT. And the Department of Transportation responded in 2024 to start this rule, which gets enacted next week. So that was part of the genesis of where we're at today.
All right. So your message to airlines as this rule is getting ready to take effect, are you optimistic they're going to get it right?
Well, I am. I'm an optimist by heart, but air travel is a basic civil right. So we need to be mindful of that. And 40 years after the Air Carriers Access Act was signed, it's still unsafe and even deadly for passengers with mobility disabilities. So airlines need to ensure their employees are fully trained and equipped to be able to handle people with disabilities. And to drive that point home, this is more than just compliance. This is about dignity, respect, safety, and trust.
Yeah, well said. Where should we go for more information?
Let's go to pva.org/air travel. There people can learn their rights, they can learn about our advocacy efforts, and sign our petition.
All right, as we let you go, any piece of advice for anyone, with an injury or a diagnosis, or a veteran that has disability concerns and challenges, any piece of advice that you'd give them to advocate for themselves?
You are not alone. Tens of thousands of wheelchairs are damaged on a yearly basis by airlines. People with disabilities are in every community. We're in every family. And so you should advocate for yourselves, and we need our allies to advocate with us. I want to reinforce again, pva.org/air travel. Learn about your rights and learn about things like filing a complaint with the Department of Transportation when things go wrong.
Maria Town, Tom Wheaton, we thank you both for the conversation this morning. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.